Shamia came in first for me. When she was seated, however, it wasn't my favorite. Moving on. Portia coming in second. I wasn't crazy about her hair right here. I don't know, but she looked the foot good. Angela, it was very safe. Loved it. Loved the fit. Loved the color. Good job. Drew, come on, titties. I mean, she looked good. I like the feathers. Okay, I guess. I don't know what this was. I'm not sure. But okay. Cynthia, where you got this? I think this was just in her closet and she just threw her on. Thank you for coming, Cynthia.
Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is your review for The Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is season 16. This is the reunion part 1. I missed you guys. I really have. I know that I've been away from the channel for a while, and that's mainly because I fell off with the only show that I would have been reviewing anyway is Housewives, and it fell flat for me. I like drifted away. I just drifted away, and as promised, we're back for the reunion. So there are going to be some spots in here where I wasn't privy to the information, didn't see what happened, but we're gonna try to give our 2 cents on the whole thing. Anyway, so of course, you know, we start with the ladies getting glammed up. Everybody's getting glammed up. Portia's in her room sleep. I guess, you know, she ain't new to this, so she's in there resting up. She's resting up because it is definitely going to be a long day. I mean, and you know, it ain't no telling what she was doing the night before. Phaedra goes around looking for Britt because Britt is not in her dressing room. She's missing in action. Excuse me, we can go on to say she ain't coming. She ain't coming. She ain't showing up. Excuse me. We got the rookies. Come on now. I just finished eating. Maybe that's what it is. Anyway, the rookies, they're all together, commiserating over their nerves and, you know, everybody being so anxious. Portia, she, like I said, she and her sleeping on the couch. Phaedra and Cynthia drop by. Portia calls Britt. Britt sends her straight to voicemail. She is not coming. So stop calling her. You know, the ladies all come out. Everybody comes out. Everybody's getting seated. Shamia had nothing but nasty looks for Portia when Portia's coming out. Hold on, let me make sure my son knows I'm in here doing a video because I don't want to hear it today. Like I was saying, Portia's side of the couch is really empty. It's really empty. It's just her and Phaedra. Ain't nobody over there. Of course, we're going to lead with, oh, Britt's absent. You know, she won't be coming, blah, blah, blah. Portia said she talked to her the night before, but she didn't mention anything about not coming. And so there's that. Drew say, well, I don't know. She might be getting sued by her. She might be hearing from her lawyers, so she don't know, over a blog or something like that. We set intentions. Portia's first, you know, Portia was very... this reunion. She was always the first to say something. She plans on either going forward, talking about going forward with the ladies, you know, whoever she got a problem with, whatever. But she's ready to go move forward or close doors, whatever she got to do. She just wants to work it out with whoever it is she needs to work it out with. Whatever. We bring out Cynthia because we got to fluff up the stage. I'm feeling like they wasn't going to bring her out so soon, but because it just looks so bad, let's hurry up and get Cynthia out here. You know, got to fluff up the empty couch. She shares her experience with being a friend of. She's loved it. You know, she's here for that. We got to get into her. We talk about her clit. Why? I don't know, and I won't do it. She got a boyfriend. Lil Prince, he's a DJ, he's 39, cool. You know, she and Phaedra got them some young tenders. You know, I guess that's young tender when you are 50 plus. So, hey, because Phaedra's boyfriend is Shaq's, 32, so she's still over there with Shaq, or so she says. So she says. We get into Portia's package. She did end up filming in that home. And then I didn't even realize this was the same home. I don't know why I thought that he had purchased a home and they moved into a new home. Not the one he was living in with Fallon, but this is the very same home because, you know, they showed the back of it, the pool area that we remember. You was fighting so hard to film in that lady house that we already saw. Or correct me if I'm wrong, please. Correct me if I'm wrong if that's a new house and not the same one, but it looked like the same one. But she did end up filming in the home. Portia is she's just such a victim. You know, oh, she was so in love. You know, we almost didn't do prenups because we were just so in love. You know, Portia needs somebody in her life that's gonna say, cut the bullshit. You didn't love this man. You barely liked him. You didn't know him. You jumped in head first because what you wanted was some illusion. Like you wanted the lifestyle, you wanted the big house, you wanted the cars, you wanted all of the things. But him, girl, you could take or leave that man. Which is why he was quick to jump ship the minute some shit came down. As far as his name was concerned. She really needs to see that because they really enable it. They kind of coddle her. Nobody is ever brutally honest with her. And that is what she needs. She has a personality where you got to tell her what the fuck it is. Just straight up. Just straight. No chaser. No, the keyword, no chaser. So, like, don't sugarcoat it. don't dress it up so that it's palatable for her. No, bitch. You stole that woman's husband. You were wrong for that. That's very whore-like of you. Not becoming. You wouldn't want your daughter to know that this is the type of woman you are. Like, mama be damned, but this is the type of woman you are. But she wants sympathy for how it all went, for where you are now. But we can't start here where you are now and forget all of the stuff, before it. It doesn't. You're not a victim. So like, it's just really hard for me to listen to her when she talks about Simon, because it's like, you brought it on yourself. You could have left that man alone. He and Fallon was over there doing whatever they was doing. Whatever they had going on. Okay, whatever. But you just had to go and see if you could do it. See if you could get him. Got him. And now look. You looking cheap. Cheap. She says that her current status is like a phantom divorce, like her. And everybody there like, her? And see, I ain't like that either. Her? Girl, who you talking about? Drew say, who's her? Kelly said, I think she's talking about me. See, that's that passive aggressive stuff we be talking about, because I don't get it. I think Portia's attempt at even bringing up Kelly's divorce is to say, we're both victims. Our men are really dragging us in these divorces. We're the same. And Kelly's position is like, no. Because I was married 11 years. You was married 11 months. The situation between Kelly and her husband is way different than what you found yourself in with Simon. See, when it came to you and Simon, like I said, you thought that you was really shaking the table. You thought you did the thing. You thought you won when you stole that lady's husband. See, when it came to Kelly and her man, the demise of their marriage ain't the same. What went on in the marriage ain't the same. It's not the same. Which is why she's like, they don't compare. Stop comparing our situations. Yeah, they're two women who are getting divorced, and y'all's husbands are giving you a hard time in said divorce. But why are you even getting a divorce, Portia? Why how did you get your man? Like, we have to, there's a lot to unpack with you. So I guess, like, I get it, and I kind of get both sides, because when it comes to Portia, her thing is, girl, we both getting divorced, period. That's where it starts and stops for her. We were both getting a divorce, so yeah, that's why I'm comparing it. Anyway, I guess it gave us something to talk about, because I really don't care about none of that shit. Portia doesn't think the comments about, her calling ICE, that's not funny. She would never do that. It wouldn't benefit her. Phaedra gives us her legal, and Phaedra with her legal jargon throughout the night. Why are we asking Phaedra? That's why she here, for a legal opinion. When the last time Phaedra practiced law? Look at, first of all, sitting up there the way she was sitting up there. Am I supposed to take you serious? I really want to move on from this bullshit, because again, this is why I stopped, guys, because this was really I think that, I don't want to say, I love Real Housewives of Atlanta, but I don't want to say, like, I don't even want it to come out my mouth that I might be done with the reality TV. I don't even want to say it. It's just not good. It's just not good. It's lately, and this just, let me just get on a sidebar right quick, because personally, I am different, like in a different headspace. I'm just different. And a lot of what I see, sometimes I see in my real life, not with me, but like people around me. And it's triggering. That's the word. It's triggering. And I don't want to sit here and have to recall what people are doing to me, or how people have made me feel, or whatever. And it's just not conducive, okay, to my peace. I want to be sitting up thinking about, shit, my friend was doing that to me too. Now I'm thinking about, now I got to be sitting with the fact that now I'm looking at people sideways and all that. It's just, I don't want to do it. And that sometimes is what reality TV will do. It will have you, looking, not paranoid, but it'll have you really like reevaluating your own relationships, because especially when it came to this Portia and Shamia situation. But anyway, moving on. Kelly. Wait, no. Oh, Kelly had the nerve to say that when she said, "So why you saw that lady husband?" I asked because I cared. Okay, now Kelly girl, now you didn't care. You was being shady, you was being messy. Now don't do that. Don't say you wasn't, because you was. Portia, she's called to the carpet about talking about sleeping with Charles. She apologizes again, then deflects, and now we talking about Angela and Charles. And then Angela deflects, and now we talking about Shamia, and Shamia introducing Portia to Simon. And then Shamia says, "I never said I introduced them." Angela's like, "You did." Then we play a clip where Shamia says, "I was there. I've been there from inception, da 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 da." So, are we just, I guess we're to deduce that, yes, she has something to do with their introduction. Andy just asks, "Well, did she introduce you to Simon?" Portia gives all this him and even though she's just like being weird about it and nodding yes and saying no. So she lying. Somebody lying. She says, "Well, I was introduced. It happened. I got him and I gave him back." I don't understand these people. I know the people were lying this evening. The people were lying, okay? Really just lying. Drew is asked about calling Portia a flop. We see a clip where she did an interview, or she was on a podcast or something, and she was like, like she was brought back to show us this big, beautiful, lavish lifestyle that she had acquired after marrying this man, and instead she can't. It was a flop. Instead, it was a flop. She got on here and only talked about me. Drew stands on her comments. It was a flop. Portia says, worried about who's flip flopping in that basement with Ralph. Drew says, well, Simon says, you have no storyline. And I know that one was just in her back pocket waiting for her to use. That one was rehearsed, but good one, girl. It would, listen, perfect timing. Perfect timing. And see, that's good. That's a good actor. She know her comedic placement. Girl. No, that's right, Drew. Drew Sidora, the thespian. Y'all better get into her. We talk about some text messages. Because when it comes to this whole Drew and Ralph Drew and Dennis situation, I just don't even. I don't care about none of the text messages. What was said, who said what. We all know that Portia couldn't talk about Simon and their situation. She couldn't talk. She couldn't mention him. She couldn't do none of that. He had her legally bound. Okay, a gag order, if you will. And so she had to come on here and do the next thing, which was try to, drag Drew, because Drew, you working with my baby daddy, and I need my baby daddy to be only here with me on the show, filming with me. He can't be over there with you too, because what if y'all over there talk about me? Like... Shamia chimes in. Cynthia does too. And I was like, Cynthia, please be quiet. But Shamia chimes in, trying to defend Portia. Drew tell her, go on over there and sit on her lap. And she's like, wait, why do you guys keep saying that? I'm just trying to, can I just please talk? Oh my God. She needs to clarify, I didn't come into the situation trying to, throw out there that y'all was smashing or nothing like that. It wasn't like that. I didn't come in there. And she said, and I really wanted to know, I just wanted to know, like, if they were dating. And I wanted to know that, from my own, knowledge, not because I'm asking for Portia. Angela and Drew are like, yeah, I don't think so. I think that you were absolutely, riding hard for your friend. Then Portia throws Shamia under the bus. Well, I ain't tell you to come on here and ask about that girl fucking Dennis. I ain't asked you to do all that. I thought that we were coming in and we were going to get to the bottom of them filming together. I told you to stick to the filming. So she just done threw Shamia under the bus. Just left right there to dry. Woo. Anyway, she gets a comment about apologizing to Drew, because after we watched the show, we saw wasn't nothing going on at all. You was doing a lot for nothing. Have you apologized? And so she gets up, she takes her moment to perform for the people. It's very performative. She gets up, come, give me a hug. Just give me a hug. So they hug it out. I mean, as long as Drew receives it, who are I? Who are I? Kelly and Britt, they done fell out. Now, see, this is where I dropped off because I ain't see none of this. I done missed all of this. But they not friends no more. And it started around the time when she done offered her glam squad, her stylist, I should say, to Britt. She say, I've always had a stylist. I've always been coinked up, always had all these things. Britt, however, obviously did not. And so we were coming onto the show. And so, it was a nice gesture. I thought that she would use my person, for, I guess, a couple of looks. But I didn't think that she was going to use them for the entire show. I think we were just going to be sharing a stylist this season. I don't know what's wrong with that. But maybe because maybe she felt like the stylist had Britt out here eating and made her a little less sissy. I don't know, because Kelly's looks was kind of slutty. Britt's too sometimes, but Kelly's was really, it was just titties all the time. Titties out all the time. And so maybe that was her disappointment. Like, maybe she was disappointed in her looks compared to what Britt was getting. Because it's not like you were paying for it. We clarified Britt was paying the stylist. So I mean, it really ain't a flex then, is it? Because if she can afford your stylist, then I mean, is it a flex that you got her a stylist? Because you didn't get her no stylist. You just passed along, the referral. But anyway, she says she ain't jealous. She ain't got nothing. I mean, Britt ain't got nothing that she won't. Anyway, the Kelly, they threw some low blows at some event, because Kelly threw out some pill popping accusations, and then Britt returned that with, well, you got abortions and all of that. And she had these abortions while she was married, and it just went left. And that, like, why you telling all of that? Why you telling that lady business like that? And that wasn't even firsthand information. That was something Kelly shared with that stylist. And so, yeah, there's that. Kelly, she's officially divorced. Andy gonna ask her how much money did she spend on it. That's so tacky. That is so tacky for him to even ask that. And I don't even know why she answered it, because I wouldn't have. I'd been like, that's none of your business. Don't ask me that. Anyway, he bring up the bodyguard. Portia and them like, well, I know why she got a bodyguard. Portia, again, first to speak. She got so much information on Kelly. It's crazy. She just knows everything. She's just privy to all of Kelly's information. Because basically she's trying to say that Kelly and his bodyguard was all for the show, and that man is not after her, and he ain't really, the violent type, I guess. I don't know. She's just really trying to throw a wrench in Kelly's story. Ralph also had something to add. I don't care what Ralph had to say. I don't even know why they did that. Y'all know it pissed me off, because I can't stand Ralph. Kelly, she's like, she has the restraining order, and they wouldn't give me a restraining order for no reason. And then Portia's like, well, Attorney Phaedra, is that true? Phaedra says some shit about basically I don't know what Phaedra said, but she debunks it. We're gonna have to look into it. If you think I'm taking Phaedra's word for anything. We talk about that dog and what Kelly spends her money on. And Andy has the nerve to say to her, she needs to be investing her money in chicken and waffles, in her chicken and waffle debt and all of that, as opposed to this dog. And I need you to mind your own coins, Andy. Now, don't be telling people what they need to do with their money. Let's not do that. Let's not go down that road. Excuse me. Because I feel like you don't be... And I don't watch the other Housewives, but does he carry like that with them? With his own kind? Does he carry like this when it comes to their fine? Is he in their business? Like, how much money did you spend on your did you lose in this divorce? Like, what you get, how do you make your money? I'm just wondering, because I don't know, so I'm not going to say that he's not doing it, which is why I'm asking, because I don't watch the other ones. So I don't know. I don't know if he's over there asking the Judice lady how she got her money, how she amassed millions, or what she do for her day to day. I don't know if he over there asking what their credit score is. And, if they're employed, if they man employed. How much money they got in their divorce, how much money they had to spend in attorney fees. I don't know if he asking all them questions, so I'm just making sure. I'm just asking. Because if he's not, then stop asking us. Thank you, Andy. Because it's really none of your business. Shamia and her bond with Kelly. You think you stirred the pot a little between Britt and Kelly. See, this is where I had fell off. I don't know what's going on. We will be friends with Britt again. Kelly, she says no. We move on. We get into Angela's package and we finna get to it. We finna get to it. Still some stuff I'm in there. I'm hanging in there. Cause right away, I'm like, damn, did I check out that soon? I checked out real soon because I don't lost, okay? Lost on all these beefs and what's in the drama between Angela and Phaedra. We don't know what's going on, but we're gonna report on it. We're gonna report on it. We're gonna talk about it anyway. Because I can gather that somebody messy was brought into the fold. We had some man brought into the fold, and he had some stuff to say about Charles, and apparently Angela thinks Phaedra was the one that sent the man to come around there and stir it up with Angela and Charles. She say his aunt is Kimberly so and so. And I was like, who? They bleeped out her name, but we got her first name. And I'm like, who was Kimberly? Apparently, Kimberly, Phaedra, her brother, all of them went to high school together, and so she does know this woman. And I mean, it proves that they know each other, you know. But for Angela, she say, no, ain't no coincidences, But Phaedra's adamant, I don't know these people, I didn't do nothing, blah blah blah. But I don't believe Phaedra. I don't believe Phaedra. But anyway, Angela pulls out some files, and she gonna take us through her receipts and what she has, you know, as far as Phaedra goes. And you know, she done went back and pulled it out. And this is how we find out that Phaedra done went to school with all these people. And like I said, Angela's not buying it. You know, we don't know who to believe. Angela says there are no coincidences. Portia, she chimes in because she's brought into the conversation, and we kind of cut it right there. So until next time, we're gonna figure out, we're gonna get down to the bottom. We'll get down to the bottom of this Angela Charles Phaedra situation. I really don't put it past Phaedra to do any of that. To do any all y'all what y'all said she might have did. I don't put it past her. I mean, we just have to think about, you know, what was it called? The sex dungeon gate. We can just go back to that. Let me hurry up and get off here because I'm about to. This is gonna be me and my son in about 2 seconds because he's right out there in our little living room loft little area, and it's just like I'm all the way in here I'm all the way here in my room. I'm not even nowhere near my door, and he's that loud. Anyway, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.